Saturday morning. I put some Pontiac wheels on it. They're 14s, they don't fit, but they got tires, so I had to put the washers behind them to space them out. That'll be enough for now. Oh, and I also got safety first. I also got tie rod ends in. Finally, I figured that out, I think. So that's good. I might do a string wheel alignment here. What else? Oh yeah, I got the Harley in here. I need to put it somewhere else. It is 46 degrees in here, so I'm gonna have to turn the heat on so Mom will come out and finish building this motor, or unbuilding it. You know, she don't like the cold. She don't like it. So I don't know how long I'll be able to work today. I gotta go work tonight. There's nothing worse than having to work at night, in my opinion. But I gotta do it, so no use crying about it, is there? Just do it. And be thankful I got some place to work. You know, some people don't. Some people don't have work because they stood up for what they believe in. Some people, you know, just lazy. Some people, I'm blessed. I can't forget it. Are you excited? I got the heater on.
Yeah.
It was 46 in here, and now it's 59. You don't believe that, do you? Okay, it's 52. Alright, let's get busy and get this motor apart. I've just been advised that there's a no harassment policy today. She said it's a harassment-free workplace today. I don't know if I'm going to listen to it or not. What do y'all think?
Probably. I know.
No working?
Takes more power.
Oh. It done it. Alright, now you just got to set up the puller and pull that balancer off.
I'm not sure how to do that.
Hey, who's the builder around here?
Can I take this out?
Alright, now you just pull that off.
Yeah, right.
Pull it.
You don't pull it. Right off. You need a puller.
That's what I've been trying to tell you.
No, you ain't needed.
Right there.
How do you work that?
I'll show you. Figure it out yourself. It's easy. You can do it.
Somehow it's got a...
And what happens is these things fold over and they hook on these slips right here. See them? See right here?
Yeah.
Where my finger is? There's 3 of them. Each jaw hooks on that. And then you stick this whatchamadoodle in there to help guide it so it don't get sideways. And then this bolt goes through the center of all of it. See what I'm saying?
Right.
Yep. Is it working?
It was. There's not enough power.
Not quite enough power.
No.
It's alright, we got more power. Pretty soon. Be ready to grab it. It's kind of heavy.
I got this.
Okay. Alright, it took it off. It was a little bit of a challenge though. And it bent the little rod in there. Because that's what it's pushing on. And that's kind of a little rod.
Yeah, well. You
Worked
got a
though.
little rod.
Easy. It worked though, didn't it?
It worked.
Okay. What are you taking off?
Oil pump. I guess got our home easy. Canada.
Hey, the Canadians, eh? Well, they done good. Made it 300,000 miles. Or 320, I think. We were just talking. We're right here. Right here. I wasn't going to put no rings and bearings in it. But it'd be kind of dumb if we didn't. We're right here. We're going to put an oil pump. We're planning on putting a new timing chain and gears.
Might as well.
That's what gets me every time. The might as wells.
Yeah.
Every time. I'm constantly amazed. This engine, I know, had 320,000 miles on it, I think. But look at that timing gear. If that was old 350 Chevy, about 80,000 miles, that'd be junk. You know, you about don't need to put a new one in it.
You smell it?
Anyway, does this gear slide right off or what? Alright, we'll have to figure that out. Well, here's what we've discovered so far. I don't know if I showed the rods, but it's got 2 new rods and 2 new pistons in it. No crosshatch there, that's straight scuffing. So I think what we're going to do is, you can see crosshatch in the other cylinders. There's no ridge to speak of. I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and pull the pistons, pull the crank, and I wasn't going to do the short block, but here we are. I talked it over with Mrshevyshevy, and what'd she say?
Might as well.
Might as well do it. So I guess that's what you might gonna do. Hey, what happened to the socket that was on there? Probably, I don't know, it's around somewhere. Anyways, we're gonna pull the pistons. Alright, Mrshevyshevy is gonna show us how to remove the number 2 piston and rod. Right?
Maybe.
Right?
I thought it was going to come right out.
It will when you use this.
You said you loosened it.
I did loosen it.
Well, of course it's coming back out.
Just push it right out. Careful you don't drop it on the floor. I did that one time. I was building a 361 Dodge in a dump truck and dropped it on the floor and bent the skirt. I couldn't find another piston, so I straightened the skirt out with a rubber mallet, and that thing ran forever after that. Push it.
Doesn't want to push it. I only got so many fingers, so much length in my fingers.
Use the handle.
I got it.
Just don't drop it on the floor. Which I know you won't.
That's right, I won't.
Does it help when I grunt for you? Well, here's my analyzation so far. One, Daisy doesn't give a rip. If it was a ribeye, though,
Ooh, you wouldn't be able to stop it.
if it was a green bean that was next to a ribeye,
It would be gone green bean and gone ribeye.
I'm kind of on the fence. Do I even want to pull the crank? I'm in it this far, I might as well do it. But the bearings in it, I can't find anything wrong. It's had 2 pistons and rods replaced, Speed Pro pistons. And the skirts are obviously different. The oil rings look like they might be a little sticky on these original pistons. So the goal here originally was buy a motor out of a truck and throw it together, have it be reliable. I think I could have done that if I would have just threw the cam in this and not messed with the short lock. I think it'd have been on enough. But it's her car. So, and I'm this far in it. The next decision is, do I take it to a machine shop, have them hot tank it, check everything, buy new pistons. Obviously it ain't balanced very good. Like I was saying in the last video, if y'all could like, comment, subscribe, share, support. Alright, let me think this over a little bit. This engine ran really good, and it had, you know, oil pressure and everything. The reason this truck quit driving is the transmission broke. They used it every day. The heads have obviously been redone. I don't know. I'm on the fence. I gotta think it over. Maybe I'll look at some parts prices and see if that changes my mind.
Should I say it?
What?
Might as well.
Yeah. Okay, Mrs. Heavy Chevy, go ahead and pull off the front main cap and tell us what you think about that bearing. Careful you don't lose the bolts. Look at the bearing. The bolt's in the cap you're holding in your hand. Or the bearing is in the cap you're holding in your hand. There you go. There you go.
I was looking at... It looks a little rough.
Don't it? Some stuff has gone through them bearings. That bearing. Alright, set that one back on and pull that one. The crank, yeah, I can sort of drag my fingernail across it a little bit. That's not
as bad.
Not terrible, but it's got a few scratches. To be expected, 300-some thousand miles. This is the thrust bearing. You know why they call it that?
Because it gets the most power. It's the center of the motor.
It doesn't get the most power, but it gets.
Well,
that's what locates the crank. See, it's got a bearing surface here. And it rides there, so that keeps the crank from going back and forth too much.
I see.
Otherwise, these counterweights would be hitting the block, and that'd be bad, don't you know?
Yeah, and that don't look too good.
That don't look too good. That's got a pretty good gouge in it. And the crank's got a pretty good, I don't know, you can catch my fingernail on it. Next one. We're getting them out awful easy. Careful you don't drop the bolts.
Yeah, oops. Oops again.
Golly. That bearing ain't too bad. It's pretty good, actually.
I'll clean these off.
Alright, pull that one off.
A little bit.
That one looks pretty good. Let me look at the crank. The crank feels good. Alright, so here's what I'm gonna do. I got a buddy who's who's starting up a machine shop, and he says he's gonna specialize in these LS motors. So I think I'm gonna take it over there, and I'm gonna let him check everything over. I don't want to bore this thing. I don't want to get too crazy, but it seems like I ought to have new pistons as long as I'm here, so everything's at least semi-balanced. Definitely needs new bearings. I think the crank needs polished at the minimum. Might need turned on the mains. The rods look fine. I can't find anything wrong with the rod bearings. So that's what I think. That's what I think. I think I'm going to just snug them up a little bit and leave the crank in the block. That's what I think. Easier to keep safe that way.